Happy May, everybody. We're going to work on this little water bucket with the flowers growing out of it for the month of May. And I did a stem stitch down this side, but I wanted to kind of remind you again, sometimes it's easier to go to another spot and start stitching rather than turn the corner there. So sometimes that's kind of what's going on in my mind. So even though I stitched down to the bottom, I came up here so that I can do this row, and then I'll go over to the other side. Let me show you here. Because actually, you know, turning corners isn't my favorite thing to do. So if I can avoid it by doing some simple little arrangements with my stitches, then I will. So now I'm going to pop down to the bottom and go back. And then I'll have a nice clean corner here, and I can just pop right up here and start stitching the spout of the watering can. So as you can see now, I came to a really nice little corner and I didn't have to do anything fancy. And now I can just pop up here and start stitching. Another thing to remember is the layering. So kind of like the snowman with his nose going on top of his head. These stems are coming out from the inside of this bucket. So we're going to do the handle and the top of this bucket first, and then you go back and do the stems so they go on top of the handle. And normally I don't stop in the middle of a stem stitch, but I kind of wanted to show you this lazy daisy. So I'm going to come back to this little leaf. So you're going to bring your needle up at the base of the leaf, and you wrap your thread around, kind of mimicking the shape of that loop there. Take your needle down at the base of the leaf again and bring it up at the tip of the leaf. Your thread's going to go under the needle and you pull, but you don't want to pull too tight. If you pull it really tight, then that will just close up. And we want to cover the lines that are on the fabric. And you just bring the needle down on the other side to anchor it in place. And now you have a little leaf. And that's just how easy those little leaves are. Now I've got to come back and finish that little stitch. So the last little stitch is this running stitch. And that is the same as these little running stitch that we did in the snowman's jacket. So super, super simple there. And again, if you want to add any little fun elements that aren't on the pattern, you can always do a little French knot in the middle of the flowers to add a little more dimension. So enjoy this one. I hope you have a lovely, lovely May, and I will see you in June. Keep stitching. Bye.